Hello everyone, Happy New Year. This is my third video, but today Nintendo released their Nintendo Switch 2025 year in review, and similar to how I did a video for the Nintendo Music year in review, I wanted to make a similar kind of video for 2025. So let's go ahead and get started. Welcome to your Nintendo Switch 2025 year in review, and that's me. Check out how you spent your time with Nintendo Switch. Oh wait, what's this? You started playing on Nintendo Switch 2 this year. We hope you're having a blast. Indeed I did, and am. Okay, back to it. I played 39 games and 888 hours. That's a lot of time. And you can see kind of all the different games that I played, scrolling through, the top and bottom of the screen here. So, a lot of Nintendo Switch 1 games and, a good number of Nintendo Switch 2 games. Here are the games you played the most. Your top games are Xenoblade Chronicles 2 at 122 hours, which is, pretty accurate. Xenoblade Chronicles 3 at 116 hours, and Xenoblade Chronicles X Definitive Edition at 113 hours. This was my 2025 New Year resolution, I guess. Was I wanted to play the entire Xenoblade Chronicles saga. And so I spent the better portion of 2025 doing that. I think it's in below the monthly breakdown, but yeah, by far most played game last year was Xenoblade Chronicles 2. I absolutely love this game. I think it's an incredible game. I found the soundtrack you can purchase through iTunes. It's not part of like Apple Music or anything, but it's like an actual album that you purchased. So I found that and I've been listening to it, at work for the last couple weeks since I found it. It's an incredible game. I absolutely love this game. I recommend it to anyone. Someday I'd like to talk more about Xenoblade Chronicles 2 when I'm able to do so. Xenoblade Chronicles 3 was a very good game. It's probably the weakest of all four, and I struggle to say that I loved it. I really, really liked it. So yeah, Xenoblade Chronicles 3. Xenoblade Chronicles X Definitive Edition. I have a video about the Wii U version of this game and kind of how that went on the channel. But yeah, I beat it this time around. X is a really incredible game, and I want to play more games like it in the future. The feelings that X is able to, or was able, I guess, to invoke was incredible. You start exploring Mira, or the planet Mira, which is a really large open world for you to explore. And you start exploring it on foot, so that kind of has your whole perspective on the world one way. And then you get your Skell and you can drive and jump around, and that's incredible, and it kind of changes your world perspective. And then when you get the flight module for your Skell and can start flying across the world, that's just something else entirely. I've never felt such a feeling of accomplishment and liberation and excitement in a video game before, since getting the flight module in Xenoblade Chronicles X. This is an incredible game. I do not recommend playing Chapter 13. Just act like Chapter 13 doesn't exist. It's very, very bad. But Chapters 1 through 12 are much better. So yeah, Xenoblade Chronicles was a big thing for me last year. Action was your favorite kind of game. Fun go pow. Let's move on. Your gaming style. Action accounted for 43%. Role-playing took a big uptick, 30%. Adventure 9%. Shooting, party, and racing at 6% each. I envision these 6% come from Mario Kart, Mario Party Jamboree, and Splatoon, if I had to take a guess. Here's how I played throughout the year in chart form. So definitely highest months were June, when Nintendo Switch 2 launched, February and March, which is when I was like really going ham on Xenoblade Chronicles X and Xenoblade Chronicles 2. And then there's some 70s in like January, October, December. Lowest month was May, which isn't surprising. I was getting ready for Xenoblade, or for Switch 2 to launch, so I just stopped playing a lot of stuff in May. August didn't have a lot, so let's go month by month. So January, most played game was Xenoblade Chronicles Definitive Edition. As I said, I started the year off going through the whole Xenoblade Chronicles saga. So January I did the first game. February I picked up Xenoblade Chronicles 2. That was 104 hours. March, Xenoblade Chronicles X Definitive Edition launched, and so I started playing it. That carried over into April and May. I spent a lot of time with Xenoblade Chronicles X. In June, I started playing Xenoblade Chronicles 3. Even though Nintendo Switch 2 launched in June, and I was playing things like Mario Kart on the side. You can see I played Xenoblade Chronicles 3 for 49 hours, but there's 122 hours total this month. So I spent a lot of time playing Xenoblade Chronicles 3, and everything else was just kind of like dipping my toe into other Switch 2 stuff, like the GameCube Online, or like Mario Kart World probably was second for this month if it showed it. But yeah, Switch 2 didn't have, in my opinion, the best launch ever. So I pretty quickly realized, I can just play Switch games, old games, on my Switch 2. And so I did. I was playing Xenoblade Chronicles 3. July continued on. I was playing Xenoblade Chronicles 3. August, I primarily swapped over to Donkey Kong Bonanza. September, I played a lot of Game Boy Advance Nintendo Classics, and similar in October. I can tell you what games specifically I was playing each month on the GBA Nintendo Classics. It was some combination of Fire Emblem: The Blazing Blade. I started playing Fire Emblem for the first time. And that was in this month. I can't remember for the life of me what prompted me to start playing Fire Emblem, but something did. I don't know what. But I started doing that, and I really enjoyed it. And in October, I'm pretty sure I was playing Sacred Stones. Sacred Stones is a much better Fire Emblem game, in my opinion, than the Blazing Blade was. My main problem with the Blazing Blade was, and it's kind of what Fire Emblem is known for, which is good or bad to some extent, is that it was like a battle playlist. Like every chapter, the only thing you did in the game was you battled just over and over and over again. And I get that battling is at the heart of Fire Emblem, but like having no reprieve from that and limiting your weapon opportunities to get new weapons and replace them, because there's a durability system, which is fine, but not having the ability to repair them or be able to get new weapons, whenever they may or may not break, was really stressful, and I didn't like that. It never really posed a problem. It was just kind of like unnecessary anxiety, in my opinion. And Sacred Stones improved on that by making, I don't think you were able to repair weapons, but you could always go to parts of the map. There was an overworld map, which was nice. There were side battles that were optional that you could do that weren't side quests, which you got locked into doing in the Blazing Blade. There were shops that you could go to at any time to replenish your supplies, which I liked. So that made me like the Blazing Blade a lot more. That made me appreciate Sacred Stones, a lot more than Blazing Blade. So that's what I was playing on GBA Online, was Fire Emblem. November, Pokemon Legends ZA, Nintendo Switch 2 edition. This is a game I started having a lot of fun with, and then at one point I got up onto the roof of a building and I looked out at like the area surrounding Lumio City, and I realized how barren it was. And that's when I realized, oh, this isn't a new adventure in the Kalos region. This is a Pokemon game in some boring version of Lumiose City. And then I started realizing like everything is flat in Lumio City. There's nothing, unique or anything that stands out. And the game just kind of became incredibly boring at that point. So yeah, I finished this game by the end of the year, but I have no intentions of finishing my decks or purchasing the DLC or anything like that. I'm very much over Legend ZA. In December, it happened. We got Metroid Prime 4. I like this game a lot personally. I like a lot of things about Metroid Prime 4 Beyond. I don't think it's without fault, but playing this game on Nintendo Switch 2 was incredible, and I would not trade it for anything in the world. I would do it. I would do it again. I ended up beating this game twice, once on like the normal difficulty and once on the hard difficulty, and I got 100% item completion and 99% scan completion. I missed one scan. And there's no New Game Plus, which is incredibly annoying. So I'm hoping that they patch that in at some point, and I'll return to Metroid Prime 4 Beyond. So it's time to decide, and I think I did this already. So let's see if you can guess. Which was my favorite? Was it Xenoblade 2, 3, X, Definitive Edition, Mario Kart World, the Game Boy, Splatoon 3, Metroid, Donkey Kong, Pokemon, Galaxy 2, Mario Kart 8, Pikmin 1. I forgot how much that Pikmin 1 I played. The GameCube, Kirby and the Forgotten Land, Welcome Tour. It's obviously Welcome Tour. New Horizons, 13 Sentinels, Galaxy, Smash Ultimate, Disney. There's a lot of stuff here. Holy crap. I mean, I played a lot of stuff this year, like I said. Oh goodness, now I have to scroll all the way back over. So if I had to pick like my favorite game that I played this year, it would be Xenoblade Chronicles 2, without a doubt. If I had to pick my favorite game that released this year, it would be Xenoblade Chronicles X Definitive Edition. In my opinion, this would be my game of the year if I had to pick something from 2025. But I don't have to, so I'm going to pick Xenoblade Chronicles 2. Share the fun, show off your summary to friends and family, but no need to do that right now. And that was my 2025. So I'm happy that Nintendo does these year-in reviews. I believe Sony does one for PlayStation players, and Xbox used to do something like this. However, in 2025, they stopped for presumably cost-cutting measures because Xbox is the dumpster fire that continues to give. Don't know that we got to everything yet. Oh, before you go. Oh, it lets me go all the way back. How far back? To 2017? Ooh, that's incredible. I didn't know this was here. Well, let's take a look at it. So 2017, first year of Nintendo Switch. I got my Nintendo Switch in 2017. I first played July 20th, 2017, the day before Splatoon 2 launched, which was my reason for getting a Nintendo Switch. I had gray Joy-Cons, not multicolored, but that's okay. Mario Kart 8 became a big one. Splatoon 2, reason I bought it. Oh, there was details. Yep, started on the day I got it, 137 hours. Splatoon 2, 7/21, launch day, 306. ARMS. I love ARMS, and I will fight anyone who argues with me about it. ARMS was great. Breath of the Wild, of course. I was in less of a rush to play this game on Switch because I had played and beaten it on Wii U. So, you know, Arcade Archives, sure. Odyssey, thought we just had that. Mario plus Rabbids Kingdom Battle. Bayonetta, another arcade. I don't know why I got all the Arcade Archives. South Park Fractured But Whole. I was playing this in college when it came out, around the time it came out. So that was fun. Pokemon Quest sucked. Fallout Shelter was free. Fortnite I checked out. Star Allies, I didn't really like Star Allies. Arcade Archives Donkey Kong, this is a really good version of Donkey Kong. Mario Tennis Aces, which we're getting a new Mario Tennis in a few, is it like about a month now, I think? Minecraft, I put way too much time into Minecraft. Sky Skipper, I don't understand. Bomb Chicken, I was having fun with that. The NES games, Stick of Truth, fun game. Super Mario Party, I really enjoy Super Mario Party. Smash Ultimate, I suck at, but had a lot of fun playing. Let's Go Eevee, this was a Christmas gift from my mom, as you might be able to tell based on the date. I got the bundle that came with the Pokeball, so that was a lot of fun. 2019 Tetris 99, incredible. New Super Mario Bros. U Deluxe, I don't know why I bought this. Cuphead, I spent a lot of time in Cuphead. When I was meeting up with like my friends around campus, I'd have my Switch with me usually, and Cuphead's one of the games that I played a lot as I was around campus. Box Boy and Box Girl, Mario Maker 2, game that I wish was better than it is. Link's Awakening's in here. Luigi's Mansion 3. 2020 Starlink Battle for Atlas. I don't know why this is the first game that shows up when it was 1 hour total. Yoshi's Crafted World. I really enjoyed Yoshi's Crafted World. I know a lot of people don't. I did. I ended up, I think, basically completing this whole game. So I'm looking forward to what's the new one? Mysterious Book. Because I mean, the Yoshi games haven't led me wrong so far, even though a lot of people don't like them. I seem to, so that's encouraging. Animal Crossing. Oh yes, the pandemic came for me too. Labo was in here. Ring Fit Adventure was in here too. Origami King, and did not like Origami King. 3D All Stars. 21 Captain Toad Treasure Tracker. Played a lot of Treasure Tracker in 21. Carnival Games, I think I got on Amazon for like $5. Xenoblade Chronicles 2, I tried picking it up in 2021 when Chugga Conroy was doing his Let's Play of the game. It just didn't connect with me all that much. I think I played for about less than 5 hours at the time, but ultimately the 131 is right. So 3D World and Bowser's Fury, excellent game. Skyward Sword HD, really good remake. Metroid Dread, easily my game of the year in 2021. I played a lot of Metroid Dread. Mario Party Superstars, incredible game. 22 WarioWare Get It Together. I like this game. I wouldn't buy it probably for $60, but about 30 or so, I think it's worth it. Legends Arceus, love this game. This is an incredible game. It's much better than Legends ZA. Kirby and the Forgotten Land, this was also a really good game. Love Forgotten Land. The Nintendo Switch 2 edition is it's probably worth it, just not noteworthy on its own. Shining Pearl, I bought this game from Best Buy for like $20 because they were having a sale of Pokemon games, and I felt ripped off. So don't get this game. Similar deal for Strikers Battle League. I felt ripped off. This game was not fun. Portal. Splatoon 3. Oh boy, I played a lot of Splatoon 3. Let's just leave it at that. um, Pikmin 3 Deluxe, Pokemon Scarlet. Yep, that's in here. 23, Metroid Prime Remastered. Incredible game. GBA, Game Boy. I don't know what I found to spend 5 hours on Game Boy, but I did. Advance Wars 1+2 Reboot Camp. This is a game series that is similar to Fire Emblem. I think my main problem with Advance Wars compared to Fire Emblem is that in Advance Wars, your main goal is to get an S rank. I think it's an S rank in every stage. Whereas in Fire Emblem, there is a story that's being told, and you can take as long or as short as you want. Sometimes certain things will happen if you go quicker or take a certain amount of time. But the game is otherwise generally unfolds the same. I don't think I enjoyed the replaying of stages to get a better and better score. I think I enjoy Fire Emblem's narrative components more than how Advance Wars handles it. So I'd like to return to this game now that I have all the Fire Emblem knowledge and just kind of see how it's different. But at first glance, that's kind of my take. Tears of the Kingdom, I didn't play that much in 23 itself. I just wasn't enjoying it as much. I think it was the following year that I played it more. And I still think that it's inferior to Breath of the Wild. And you kind of have to appreciate certain elements of Tears of the Kingdom that to get, I think, a lot of enjoyment out of it. But if you've never played Breath of the Wild, play Tears of the Kingdom. It'll probably resonate with you just fine. Pikmin 1, love Pikmin 1. Pikmin 2, less so. Pikmin 4, incredible game. I would have given my game of the year to Pikmin 4 in 23. Return to Dreamland Deluxe, a surprisingly overlooked Kirby entry on Switch. I think this version is better than a lot of people believe. F-Zero 99, fun game. Mario Wonder, also incredible game. Got to play it pre-release at Nintendo Live, and that was quite an experience. I should talk about that in a future video. Mario RPG 24. What do we got? Clubhouse Games. Did not enjoy Sparks of Hope. This game just did not click for me. The Beepo's voice acting was horrendous, and I had to shut the voices off. But I think that kind of trickled into like other parts of the game where there's meant to be voices. So yeah, I don't know who decided to give Beepo a voice and the voice that they chose anyway. But yeah, it was not good. Pokemon Sword I tried out for a little bit. Princess Peach Showtime I tried out for a little bit. Thousand Year Door was incredible. I played this in the course of about, I think, an extended weekend, so I really went ham on this game. Luigi's Mansion 2 HD is in here. Played it only for about 3 hours, and it's the 3DS game I remember in all the good and bad ways. NES World Championships. I think this is a fun little game. It's a nice little novelty. It's a little bit like NES Remix. But I should pull this game back up and talk about it at some point. Emio the Smiling Man. This would be my game of the year in 2024. This was an incredible game. I had just moved into my new apartment, and I had a lot of fun with Emio the Smiling Man and the Famicom Detective Club games. Yeah, this was an incredible game. No notes. It was just really awesome. I started playing The Missing Heir and just didn't. I got stuck at one point and just haven't come back to it yet. Echoes of Wisdom was good. Brothership was deplorable. I hated this game. Tetris Forever was actually a really good game, though, especially as someone who studied history. Having a playable interactive documentary about Tetris, that's awesome. Pick up Tetris Forever. And then we get to 2025, which we just talked about. But yeah, Switch 2's in here. First played on June 5th. Which is the earliest I think you could start. Mario Kart World Welcome Tour. I like this game a little more than most people, but I'm one of those nerdy kind of people, so you know. Switch 2 edition. I loaded it up. Bonanza. Yep. Galaxy 2, Galaxy, 13 Sentinels. Haven't finished this game, obviously, by the time, but I do want to come back to it. This was a free game for a little while through Nintendo Switch Online. The gameplay itself is kind of whatever, but the writing and everything is absolutely hilarious. It was worth it for that. So this game is absolutely hilarious. They knocked it out of the park. So first 9 years, that's crazy to think about with Nintendo Switch, is characterized by a lot of Splatoon 3, a lot of Splatoon 2, a lot of Tears of the Kingdom, a lot of Breath of the Wild, a lot of Animal Crossing New Horizons, which I think everyone is up there. A lot of Mario Kart 8, a lot of Xenoblade. We're just going to continue on here. And, I mean, already you can see, like, the Switch 2's exclusive games, like Mario Kart World, are starting to eke their way in. So, Mario Kart 8, your days are, your hours are numbered. I play a lot of games. Share your story with your friends and family. I will do that. What's next? I can get a free poster or a free calendar for 2026. No thanks. And look forward to these games and more. I've pre-ordered Mario Tennis Fever, so you know, sure. Pocopia, I'm not touching that with a 60-foot pole. And Dragon Quest, no interest. And just more from Nintendo, you know, the Nintendo Store app, which we'll talk about some other day. Nintendo Today, which I use pretty much every day. Nintendo Music, which is also most days. And the Nintendo Switch app, which is kind of an every now and then kind of deal. So happy gaming. Thank you all so much for joining me as I review my, Nintendo Switch year in review. More than 2025, apparently. So thank you all for watching. Let me know what games you were playing in 2025, the results of your year in review, and I'll see you in the next video.